Hello everybody, welcome back to Cannonball Cottage. Today we're going to be making some Argentinian empanadas, which basically it's sort of like, if you're from the UK, it's a little bit like a mini pasty. And here are the ingredients that we have in front of us. We've got some minced beef or ground beef, whichever one you call it. You've got half a red bell pepper and half of a large onion in there. We've got some tomato puree, we've got the seasonings, and we've got some garlic. Over here we've got what actually is added to the finished dish, so I won't make any comments with regards to those at the moment. So into the frying pan we'll add the onions and the red pepper. As I said, there's only half a red pepper there, and we need to start sweating these down to soften them up before we actually start putting the beef, the minced beef, in there. In this one we have 1 clove of garlic, not finely diced, but just don't want a little bit of texture in it so that it sort of doesn't go bitter. We just want it to flavour this oil. So while that's going on, I've got and the most peculiar thing that I've just done, I'm going to move away slightly because there it is. I've misplaced my glass of wine, which is most peculiar. It's usually sort of attached to my hand all the time. Well, I've got it. There you go. Salute. Just take a little drink of it. I can't believe that I've wandered away without it. Well, there it is. These things happen. So there we go. We've got this, these onions, garlic and red pepper sauteing away there. In this is the dish here, the seasoning. We've got oregano, smoked paprika, cumin, chili flakes, salt and black pepper. We're not just going to put those in there immediately, and I think I've already mentioned that we've got a teaspoon of tomato puree. So here we go. Just continue to saute these down until they you don't need to caramelize them and make them go dark brown. We just need them to go through the process of actually cooking, because bear in mind this will then go into a pastry, and then it's cooked on for another 15 or 20 minutes in the oven. So I'm now going to add the ground beef to start getting this cooked up. I'll swing this around so I've got something to hold on to, and now you can hear it sizzling away, and we're just waiting now for it to all brown off. And there you go, it's doing well now, and as we're waiting, I'm going to have to take another drink of the old red wine, because it's, as I've said before, it's a thirsty old job. Cheers. Actually making these meals, and especially, as I would say that, for instance, if there's any chefs watching this video, you'll know that all the chefs will be drinking either their lager or their beer as they're working along, sweating away in the kitchens, and really funny really, because what they do is they get more frustrated as the night goes on, and the restaurant gets so busy and they keep on drinking, and well, certainly that's how it was in my younger day. Everyone had got a drink in their hand. Maybe the restaurants of today are more strict and don't allow people to drink away as they're cooking. Right, here we go. Chili flakes, cumin, smoked paprika, oregano, black pepper, salt, and here we go, all in one go. Let's get it in there and season this this meat, this ground beef, and wow, the smell of that immediately is incredible. And now we're going to add the tomato puree. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this little dish, and add that in there with, just to stop the spices from burning on the bottom of the pan. So there you go. We've got the makings of a traditional, well, I say traditional or authentic. Sometimes you can wonder whether anything's authentic, because from one house to another it all changes. And in some areas of Argentina or in Colombia even, they make these empanadas, all in South America. They add vegetables, they add some diced potato. So this is a basic empanada filling, and there you go, that's it, look. So now the procedure is, once this is cooked, you need to let this cool down, preferably 24 hours in the fridge, and that's what you've got. And that is the finished article to fill your empanadas, the pastry, or to create the empanada. I'll just give it a quick taste. It doesn't need any more seasoning. I was thinking maybe that it might need a little bit more salt, but there's always ample salt. No, that's ample. So there you go. What we've got here is the filling to make, or part of the filling to make empanadas. So now we move on to the second stage. And what I have is some that I've already done earlier, and I've got the pastry cases just here, the pastry rounds that will create the empanada. Of course, the tray just here to place them on for them to go in the oven. So this is how we make the empanadas, and as you can see, I don't know if that resembles what's there in the frying pan or the skillet. This is cold. This is what I made earlier, and this is how we put it together. Now, I don't know, I've got a little gizmo here. I don't know if it's going to work, because sometimes it actually sticks. And what you do is place the pastry round on there. You take a spoonful. You take a spoonful of the empanada, the beef, the ground beef, and the onions and the pepper, And this is a traditional, I won't say authentic, because as I've said, it changes from wherever you go, from house to house, from town to town in the area. There's some boiled egg that's been chopped up, and you add a little bit of boiled egg to this empanada. You then add a little bit of green olive, not a lot, or the equivalent of one olive. And also, this also is a variation where some people do and some people don't. They had 2 or 3 raisins, I suppose, to give it a little bit of a sweet touch. And then, I'm hoping this is going to work, and then we just fold over this little contraption, this gizmo, and we seal it together. And if it doesn't work, I shall show you how it works by hand. And that's worked perfectly, look. And there you have an empanada. Actually, I'm quite pleased with that because I thought that was not going to work. And so maybe we're going to have to move on a bit quickly to make these. And again, here we go. Get the filling and put the beef in there, the ground beef to start with. Keep it away from the edge of this little, what I keep on calling a gizmo. Put some boiled egg, hard boiled egg, into the mix. Put 2 or 3 pieces, or 2 or 3 raisins to it, and some green olive. There you go. Super duper. Fold it over like so. Make sure the content doesn't. Just press it down. And let's see. Oh yeah, we got another one. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But what I will do, I'll make one by hand, and you just fold it in the palm of your hand like so to take the contents. There you go. You got a dessert spoonful of the beef, 2 or 3 raisins, some hard-boiled egg, and 2 or 3 pieces of green olive. So now what you do is you start pressing it together. If I'm not taking the shot out like this, like so, until you seal it all the way round. And then what you do is you start crimping. So you just fold over and fold over and fold over, fold over. Look, I've done that wrong there. Look. And then just keep on crimping. I think I put too much filling in this. But you just keep on crimping it around like so. Not as tidy as the little machine does, and I didn't do a very good job at that really, but as long as it's sealed and then you fashion it the way that you want to fashion it, that's all that matters really. And we'll do well, I've got one more pastry. We're going to put it on there and tidy up a little bit, and then we'll start again. We'll get the filling. The thing with this empanada thing is it's out of just there's 225 grams of beef, and I've made up 225 grams of beef here. So out of 450 grams of meat, and 1 bell pepper, a few olives, 2 boiled eggs. You can make, you imagine now, I've got here now enough to make another 4, I would say. So it goes such a long way just with 450 grams of beef. Now that's how to make a meal for a family, extremely cheap to make. And I've got the egg and everything else in there. Here we go. I'm going to fold it over, press it together, and if you've got one of these things, don't press the machine too hard, otherwise it sticks, and I didn't press that hard enough. So just get it together, and there you go. That's tuck underneath what's left over, and there you go. That's how to make Argentinian empanadas. I'll just move all this out of the way. What we're going to do now, I'm just going to cover these with an egg wash, and then they're going to go into the oven at about 180 to 200, 180 for 20 to 25 minutes. And that's how it's done. Now, as always, I have got some that I've just cooked off earlier, and I'll just put them onto a plate just to show you that this is what the finished article looks like. And there they are. Don't they look pretty? Look at that. I'm going to burn my hand moving that, you see. And just move them out of the way. And there we have Argentinian empanadas. And with store-bought pastry, by the way. I didn't go to the throes of actually making the pastry, but nowadays you'll find that most restaurants use store-bought or through their wholesalers to rather than all that time involved making pastry. But here we go. What we've got here is Argentinian empanadas here in the bowl. No. Here in Cannonball Cottage in the afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. And look, there you go. Look at that. Here in Cannonball Cottage in the afternoon. Argentinian empanadas. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please give us a thumbs up, give us a share. Thanks for watching, and I'm just going to give it a taste. Absolutely, I will say outstanding. They are absolutely beautiful. So, if you've got any queries, make a comment, please subscribe, and we'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Salud. They are scrumptious.